Hello and welcome back to Food Face Off. Now today I got for you an Activia episode, which is a French yogurt brand essentially, and we're here to find out which fruit combo is the best, or individual, I guess, flavor is the best. Now, first of all, I'd like to apologize for the lack of uploads, but that's because, you know, school, university, exams, projects, yep, near the end of that term and semester, it's literally crunch time, so I've been just super busy. But don't worry, I have 2 episodes lined up. You'll get one dropped whenever this episode drops, and you'll expect one the same weekend. So I'll do one weekly, weekday one, and one weekend one. And then I'll make sure I line them up weekly every single time from next week onwards. Now, I also want you to let me know in the comments which series you guys enjoy the most. Now, you've seen the Wheel, Culinary Wheel Challenge, the Food Face Off, and I've got different other ideas which I might throw in as bonus episodes occasionally throughout the week. But do let me know which type of series you guys like the most, and if you want me to maybe bring back the Culinary Wheel Challenge a bit more and make sure, you know, I keep it on a rotating schedule, let me know in the comments. Without further ado, we're gonna jump right into our first tournament bracket, and we got Blueberry versus Peach. Alrighty, so first seed, we got Blueberry right over here and Peach right over here. You guys can't see because of the lighting, my bad. And straight up, you know the rules. New episode, new round. I gotta give you the new criteria. Now, for the first criteria, we're gonna go with color. Cause, okay, yogurt, I think color is actually kind of underrated, but that's gonna have underrated. That's gonna have to be also with, like, you know, the texture in it, so like the types of vegetables, fruits that are actually in it. That brings a lot more color. You know what's more, you know, good looking, and which one do I want to dive into? Next, we're gonna go with taste, the classic first round, looks and taste, and then finally the longevity. Now, this is gonna be a little bit more of a specific one for this because, you know, yogurt is something that you usually eat if you want to be healthy, correct? So for me would be this. This criteria is more of a how long do I see myself like eating this constantly? Like, would I be able to have this every single day for like a long period of time? That would be a 10. Or maybe like just a couple days, that would be like more towards a 1. Got it? Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first off, we're gonna try the blueberry. I believe that's our first seed. Yep. Obviously, like always, seeded randomly, so there's no bias. Let's give it a quick look. Now, as you guys can see, you bring in the light. It's a very pale purple color with a little bit of like dark purple from obviously the chunky blueberries. So on the terms of appeal, it's like a lavender purple. I'm gonna give it a, let me dig it up a little bit just so we get a nice spoonful. Wow, you get a nice mixture of color, especially on this side. Ooh, that looks actually really nice. I'm gonna give it a, we'll say a 7 on looks. Now, let's give it a taste. Now this yogurt is very light and obviously very creamy. I just like this brand a lot, but that's basically how they're all gonna taste, right? Like texture-wise. In terms of flavor, you get a very subtle hint of blueberry, and then you get those nice occasional bites of blueberry chunks. I actually quite like this one. It's actually really nice. I'm gonna have to give it a, I'll give it an 8. 8 for taste. Now, longevity. How long do I see myself eating this? Honestly, if I had to have 1 yogurt per day, I would not be mad with having that one. I'll probably give it a, I think I'll give it a 9. You know what? I'll give it a 9. We'll give it a 9. So that gives this one a total score so far. It is good. Do I want to give it a 9 though? $24 is a good score. 24 is a good score. You know, we'll leave it there. I think that's fair. Next, we got Peach. Now, first of all, should be quite, yeah, much more yellow, as you guys can see. Let me show you guys with the light. Can you even tell? Hopefully you guys can tell that it's more yellow than the purple one. If I bring both of them, can you tell in the camera? Yes, no, maybe? Oh, anyways, you gotta just take my word for it. But yeah, so this one's much more yellow. That's obviously because it's a peach color. Let's just make sure we, you know, you always gotta lick the lid. Can't waste anything. Oh wow, that's a much sharper a much sharper taste. Apologies, it's like really late. It's about like 12:30 in the morning, so yeah, bear with me here. It's a much sharper taste is what I was gonna get at. Color. Now it is much more yellow. Okay, that's because it's a peach, right? But I would expect a brighter orange maybe. It just looks like a traditional white yogurt almost, so it's a little disappointing in that sense, but it's a peach, can't really. I'm gonna give it, I think, a 6 in color. But the flavor is much more pronounced compared to the blueberry. Also, I feel like the chunks, I don't know if this is maybe the fruit, but in that one, they're very chewy. Whilst in this one, they're there, like they give you a different texture, but they're quite subtle. Which I like, it doesn't like get in the way of your bites and mouthfuls and all that. Very easy to eat, quite nice. Flavor is stronger, but not necessarily better than that one. So I'm gonna give this one, I think, a 7. Yeah, a 7. It's not great so far, 13 points, but we'll give it a 7. All right, longevity. How long would I see myself eating a peach flavor? Now, peach is something I enjoy as a fruit by itself. That's with most fruits. I think I enjoy fruits quite a bit. Not necessarily when they're part of like a jam or like a yogurt or something, but maybe sorbets are like the slight exception. So I'm gonna, I think the flavor is too pronounced for me to be eating this on a regular basis. As a snack here and there, it's great, but like to force myself to eat this every morning, I think I'd get sick of it much faster. So I'm gonna give this a 7, I think a 7. Yeah. So that means this has 20 points and that one has 24, and that means our blueberry is our first semi-finalist. Moving on to the next bracket. Alrighty, our third bracket, we got raspberry right over here, and we got strawberry rhubarb. Now, first mixed candidate, so this one obviously has 2 different fruits. Is that an advantage? I don't know, we'll have to find out. So I believe our third seed is right here is the raspberry, so we'll start off with this one. Make sure we don't waste anything, lick off the lid. Trash. Alright, color. Straight off the bat, it's more pronounced than the purple one. Of course, like, raspberry itself is gonna be like much brighter than, what are those called? Blueberry, so there's less contrast within the color, but this one is like a smooth pink with touches of purple in it, which is actually quite appealing. I'm gonna give it a, in terms of look, yeah, it looks very nice, very unison. I'm gonna give it a, looks good. I'm gonna give it a, how much should I give that one? 7? I'll give this one an 8. Straight off the bat, very different texture. You don't get that chewy fruitiness, but because raspberries are typically known to be like quite crunchy because of the amount of seeds, right? And you get a lot of those like small seeds, which some people enjoy them, some people don't. I personally quite like them. Breaks up that subtle smoothness with a little bit of crunch of the seeds. Of course, it might score well in flavor, but I think it might get a little punished in the longevity of it. But either way, I think flavor-wise, best one so far, I want to say. Because yogurts are traditionally known to be very sweet, right? So typically a peach is going to be much sweeter than a raspberry. Blueberry as well is usually quite sweet. So this one, the fact that it's a little more, not sour, but less sweet, and then there's a nice crunch, I think it gives a great balance with the yogurt, which is already naturally quite sweet, I believe. The Activia ones, I don't know exactly how many, like what's the breakdown of the nutrients and all that, but it tastes sweeter than like a Greek yogurt, for example. So I'm gonna give this in terms of flavor, I think one-off flavor, it's very nice. I'm gonna give it an 8. 16 so far, very strong. Now, longevity, I think it's where it's gonna struggle. Of course, I could eat a yogurt every single day without a problem for like years. But we're putting it in context of this competition, so we gotta be a little more harsh on the scores. Raspberry, not bad. I think the crunch will make me a little sick of it in a while, so I'm gonna give it a... Still good though. I'll give it a 7. That puts this total to 21. decent showing so far. So far, our favorite apparently is the blueberry, but this one is my favorite flavor so far. Interesting. All right, raspberry. So, I mean, it's not even through yet. What am I doing? But I don't know. The strawberry rhubarb is gonna be like, I think, dark horse of this competition. Strawberry rhubarb, and we have another mixed flavor coming up. Those are definitely the mixed. Not the mixed. What are they called? Dark horses. I forgot to take a picture. I'll show you guys in a second. All right. Don't mind me just making the intro of each contestant halfway through judging it. Anyways, besides that, all right. Straight up, first thing, color. I hope you guys can actually see something. Maybe on camera. I mean, I'll probably see this when I'm editing it, but I don't know. It looks like it's just white because of the brightness of the light. But we'll figure out a way of doing this better some other time. I mean, the differences aren't that big. They're mostly just quite the generic color of what the fruit is, plus very dark chunks of fruit. So you guys can, use your imagination. Now, look straight off the bat. This one has no chunks. It's not appealing. It's just one color. Looks exactly the same as the other one, the raspberry one, but without any chunks. Why did I eat? I wasn't supposed to eat. It might affect my, reasoning on the looks. I think it looks, and don't get me wrong, it's a nice pink color, but it's kind of a little boring, so I'm gonna score it a little lower. I'll give it how much should I give peach? 6? It has different colors. I have to give this one a 5. I think we gotta be fair in that context. In terms of taste, I just had a bite. I'll have another one. There's very small, very small pieces of fruit, which I believe are the strawberry. It's very soft, so like that. Maybe it could be rhubarb that's been cooked down quite a bit. It's a weird combo. Like, it's not sweet. It's probably on the same side as the raspberry, but I don't know. It's just. I'm not necessarily the fan of the rhubarb in this context. I've had rhubarbs with other fruit mixes, but maybe it's because it's in a yogurt. In a coulis and stuff like that, it's obviously very different. It's much sweeter. The fact that this one's not very sweet kind of takes away from it, and it's more tangy. Not great. I'm gonna give it a 8, 7, 8 so far. I think I have to give this one. I want to give it a 5, but it is kind of far behind the other ones. I'm gonna have to give it a 5. That's 10 so far. It can't even score as much as the previous ones. But oh well. In terms of longevity, yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna be very good for this one either. No. I can see how this could appeal to people, but for me, it's not that I don't like it. Obviously, I would eat it if I had it, right? But there's just better ones. For that reason, I'm gonna have to give it a 5, A triple 5, 15 for this one. Unfortunately, that means, well, fortunately for the raspberry, that means the raspberry goes through to the next round. Alrighty, moving on to our 5th and 6th seed. We got, first of all, in 5th seed, we got fifth seed, we got vanilla. And we got another mixed combo, strawberry and kiwi. Now, straight off the bat, I think the vanilla, just because of its just generic appeal, will likely win this one. But, positivity, we'll go in with a positive mindset. I'm here for surprises. Straight off the bat, in terms of looks, you get that rich white with a lot of black dots in it, which could be coloring, could be actual vanilla essence. I'm not sure exactly what to put in it, but I believe this is quite a good brand, so it could be actual small pieces of vanilla extracts. Looks quite good, very appealing, rich white color with a lot of small dots inside, almost like a cookies and cream type of thing. I like it. It looks good. I'm gonna, in terms of look, obviously it's a vanilla one, so it's gonna be generic white, but it's got a crisp white look. I'm gonna give it a. I think it's the best looking one so far. I'll give it a 9. It doesn't have color though. As much color contrast as the raspberry one looked nice. I'll give it a same score as the raspberry. It's a different type of nice. So 8 so far. Let's go for taste. This one slaps. Very good. you really get that typical Activia, rich, creamy, milky not really, but rich, creamy yogurt plus that very nice, I guess, aftertaste of a rich vanilla essence, and it's just Oh, there's even bits of stuff in it. Maybe vanilla flour? I think vanilla flour. Oh, it's vanilla and cereals. That's good. That's good. That's really good. Okay, I gotta stop. I can have them afterwards. Is that my first 10? I think that might be my first 10. Is it that much better than the raspberry though? Okay, maybe a 9. We'll give it a 9. 17 so far. Alright, in terms of longevity, I could eat this every day in the morning and it wouldn't be a problem for me. It's the most subtle flavor, but the richest aftertaste. Goes down super easily. I'm gonna have to give it a. It's gotta be a 10 for longevity. That means it's not through actually yet, but that's 27. That's gonna be very, very hard to beat. And kiwi strawberry. You got a lot riding in this. Come on, impress me. Okay. Okay. Straight off the bat, I think this one's better than the Rhubarb one. Looks. Now, you tell me strawberry and kiwi. What 2 colors are you thinking of first? Red and green. It's pink, but that's the strawberry one. I'm okay with that. I'll let it slide. But there's no real piece of kiwi, so it's maybe more like the flavor of kiwi. A little disappointing in that, so I'm gonna have to score a little lower. I'm gonna have to give it a 6. Taste. This one's interesting. I think the fiber ones, oh, so the blueberry and the peach one also have fiber, are the ones mixed with cereal, so it's not real fruit. I don't know. I'm not sure I like this one. I'm not sure I like this one. I'm gonna give it a. For me, it doesn't necessarily stand out. I'm gonna give it a 6 of flavor. That's 12 so far. Longevity, same thing. Don't think it'll last very long. Okay, it's still recording. Don't think it'll last very long, so I'm gonna give it a 6. Triple sixes. Nice score of 18. That means vanilla goes through and literally whitewashes basically the strawberry kiwi one. Now moving on to the final seeds. Alright, so for our final seeds we got peach and blackberry. No, it's apple and blackberry. Apple and blackberry versus cherry. Show you the camera. Right over there. You guys can't see anything. Right there. Hopefully you guys can see. Maybe zoom in if you can. Straight off the bat, we're not gonna waste any time. Let's jump right into the apple and blackberry. Well, okay. Again, typical pink color, which I think is the basis of most red fruits they have. A little disappointing in that, but it's got a couple nice chunks, not gonna lie. Wasn't supposed to eat. Looks, 7. Taste, ooh, nice chunk of apple I just got at the end there. This has the best texture of fruit so far. That's good. That's really good. Solid 9. On par with vanilla. I really like that one. It's very nice. Longevity. It's very apple heavy though, apple forward. I can't really taste the blackberry. I'll give it a longevity, I'll give it a 8. That puts it on 24. Moving on quickly to the cherry. I'm gonna try to keep this video shorter for you guys so you guys really get the gist of it. Wow. By far, I think, first of all, the darkest color we have. It's very nice, very rich looking color. A lot of dark spots too with the cherry bits. Ooh. Wasn't supposed to eat. Looks, I'll give it an 8. Flavor, it's very strong. Is that what I'm looking for? It's very... I don't know how to describe this flavor. It's very heavy. Like sour a bit almost. Not really sour, but just very heavy, like almost like port type of heavy, or like coffee type of heaviness. It's alright. Like confit cherry, like candied cherries, like that type of heavy. It's I give it a 6 in taste. Longevity, straight off, I don't think I'll eat it for a long time. I'll give it a 5, honestly. 19, so that means that our apple blackberry goes through to the next round. Moving on to the semifinals. Alrighty, our semifinalists, we got vanilla, apple blackberry, raspberry, and blueberry. Now, you know the rules, and so do I. I might cut that. First of all, we're gonna base off the next round on 3 points, win by 2, and you essentially win the round. So one's gonna be on the appeal. So how appealing it is marketing-wise, you know, like, ooh, blueberry and all that, yeah. Number 2, uniqueness, so how interesting the flavor combo is. And number 3, wow factor. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Our first 2, we got raspberry and blueberry. Now, straight off the back, appeal, you got way more chunks in the blueberry. That could market really well. Yeah, I think blueberry has to take the first point for me. It's just, in terms of the fruit, the raspberry thick. Look at those curves. Look at those curves. But anyways, I think you have to take into consideration the yogurt because we're not really judging it on marketing and the look of a fruit. So I think based off inside, you got the rich different color. Blueberry takes it for me. So that's 1-0 for blueberry. But I have to actually, I didn't even send them through it. Blue, ras, van, apple. Blueberry gets the first one. And in terms of uniqueness, that's hard to say, honestly. Because for me, it's a single fruit. Which one do I see more or have I had more of? I think I've had way more of blueberry-based yogurts than I've had raspberry. Maybe it could be different from where you guys live. So for me, I think raspberry has to take it. No, it's not scripted just to go to the wow factor, I promise you. Obviously, I've clean sweeped before. It's not rigged. 100% not biased, just pure scientific facts. So finally, the wow factor for me. Here. I'm gonna send the raspberry through. Now here's my justification. For me, this one, you get what you expected. You see chunks, you're like, ooh, this one you're like, oh, it's gonna be creamy borderline. You bite into it, you get a mouthful, those seeds crunch. That's more like surprising for me, that's a wow factor for me, so I'm putting the raspberry through. Raspberry is our first finalist. Straight into our second part of the semifinals, we got vanilla versus apple and blackberry. Now, is vanilla the way to go? Is vanilla supreme? In many different contexts, it might not be. But is it in this context? First of all, appeal, hands down. This one, like I said before, generic pink color. This one, rich white with a lot of dots of yellow, those pieces of flour and cereal. Maybe not flour, maybe it's just cereal, but it looks very nice, the dots and all that. It's just very subtle, and a couple dots of like black dots, like of this, you know, essence and all that. It just looks so much nicer than this one. It almost reminds me a little bit of cookies and cream. So I'm gonna have to send through, not send through, but the first point for appeal has to go to vanilla. Now, uniqueness. I can't argue that vanilla is unique, can I? We're just gonna give the point to apple and blackberry. It's a mix, so can't argue with that. Wow factor, however, though, same thing, get expected chunky fruits and all that. That one just has levels to it. Oh, that aftertaste is just insane. To my vanilla people out there, this one's for you. Vanilla goes through to the finals. Alrighty, and we're in our finals. We got, I set the wrong one up. Give me half a second. Let me pick back, which one won? Raspberry? I think raspberry won? Yeah, raspberry against vanilla. Now, straight off the bat, you know the rules. Final round, new criteria. So this criteria is gonna be which one would I be okay with if I was on an island to have alongside me for breakfast every single day? Quickly, let's freshen, let's remind ourselves of the flavor profiles. Start off with a nice crunch. Exciting, you know, start off the morning with ooh. This one, vanilla. Plain, monotone vanilla, but with the slight kick at the end. But you know what you're expecting every morning. You get what you know, you're used to that feeling, you're nice and cozy on that island, you know what's gonna come. You're not gonna be digging into your smoothie, you're gonna go like, ooh, crunch. No, this one's more like, ooh, smooth. It's hard to say, honestly. I personally would go with, the aftertaste of this one's so good, but the crunch of this one's so nice. Vanilla's the winner for me. I think the aftertaste is just so nice. This one's addicting, makes you really want to go back for more and more and more, and honestly, love it. Vanilla, but this is a special type of, it's the fiber vanilla, so if you ever get to try it, the fiber vanilla, try it. If you like the normal vanilla, do let me know which one's better and if you think there's a big difference. But as my recording's about to die, I'm gonna, first of all, thank you like always for your support. It's always been amazing. I love making these videos for you guys and for myself because I get to learn a lot and obviously indulge in such amazing food. But we got an episode coming on this weekend, so make sure you don't miss that. And do let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next for either Culinary Wheel Challenge, Food Face-Off, or another series idea. I'm always reading the comments and replying. I love all of you. Make sure you guys take care of yourself, and I'll catch y'all next time. See ya!